Hello everyone, welcome back to Gnomoria. We're going to continue playing in the land of beer. One thing I did off camera again, I just kind of set up our layout here for our hospital so that our gnomes will start building the walls and getting that prepped for us. That way we can treat any injured gnomes or anything like that. But everything else is still here ready to go, so we're just going to kick right off and see how they do. You see I'm already starting to work on this wall. All those gnomes that were just kind of standing around looking for something to do, I gave them something to do. And so we're still crafting bandages and things like that, which is good. Hopefully we'll get some more crates and stuff built up here pretty soon, so we can get that going. See, we got some torches placed down here, so when it gets dark, our people training still have light. So we got several things here to do. We're not going to be slacking. So we hit the 6th day of summer. About halfway through our summer season here. So that's pretty good. And we've had one goblin invasion, though we had a bear take care of right off the bat. We had Stumpert. He seemed to handle that one like, became an honorary member of our expedition before he expired, unfortunately. But I haven't seen any other ones show up yet. That doesn't mean they won't. I'm sure we'll be seeing them here pretty shortly. I'm just hoping that our training gnomes here are ready to go. They've been working hard at it, so I think they'll be ready. But you never know. Just an unfortunate hit with an axe or a sword or punch in the throat, and there they go. So luckily we're working on getting some more bandages stored up so that any injuries that do happen we can take care of. Oh, here we go. See, we've got looks like 4 goblins coming in. We're gonna need to go ahead and make sure that we get our guys back up here. So we're gonna turn that training back on so that these guys will drop whatever they're doing and come back up here to train. It'll be just a few seconds too late, but they'll be here. There we go. So let's change this now. We're just gonna tell everyone to attack that goblin raider. So 1 goblin is dead. Another goblin. No, 3, 4. All right, that was pretty easy. Cross our fingers that it doesn't get any worse than that for a while. So let's go ahead and butcher up those corpses here. And we can take these guys back off of that training regiment. There we go. Looks like they were going to get back onto their training regiment here anyway, so it worked out. These guys will come off at about 1600. So as soon as we get some of this stuff done here, these guys will keep crafting bandages and things like that. We need to really, hopefully, get these farmers foraging. That's what I'd really like them to do. We got a miner, and we got a stone cutter. We got her up here working on the farm. So I think we've got a big enough farm here. We can go ahead and remove that one. It'll make one last growth before needing to really be chopped down. Because there's still seeds planted in the ground. So it'll make one last little spurt of wheat for us before needing to be cut up. But that's okay. So we have a yak pasture here. What do we have? We have, let's go ahead and make this 1 max male, because we don't need more than 1. And on our butcher shop, let's tell it to butcher excess livestock. So that means any excess animals here we have. So there's our 2nd male, I think. Yep. And she's going to go and either put him back in the pen or going to butcher him. I'm not sure which. Let's find out here. So we can check how many yaks we have. We have 2 female yaks and 1 male, so that'll be perfect. She's just putting him back in their little holding area. So while we're working on this, we're also going to start working on some layout for a grove here for some more trees. So let's designate an area for a grove. I want to kind of get that going here while we're waiting. So we're going to grow trees from here all the way down. Probably about 4. That'll be good for now. What we're actually going to do is I'm actually going to stretch this grove across using our technique we used earlier. So we're going to make some apple trees here. I want some apple wood. So we're going to designate a guard area to fill that little slot right there. like so. And then we're going to designate an area for grove. And we're just going to stretch it on past. Just like that. And then out over here, I want to go out probably 4 or 5 squares. Let's see here. Let's go up 5 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Yep. Oh, see? Messed that one up. Hang on a second here. Look at me just being silly. Designate area, we want to be a grove. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to stretch that out here for a little ways. So that's all going to be an apple grove. And so our woodcutters will plant apple trees in here. We're going to go ahead and remove this guard area. We don't need it anymore. And I think what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to change this up just a little bit. Let's designate a grove, and let's just stretch this out 1 more square. And we're going to build terrain wall. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put some fences around it and make it look like a little house and things like that. While we're waiting for some more stuff to get done, we're going to do a little bit more just general, like not housekeeping as much, but just making things look cool. So we're going to do a little 4x5 here in the front that's going to be strawberries. And let's do guard area again. And let's make this other one here. We're going to do the same thing. Should be just about there. So we're going to remove designation there. All right. So that's all going to be one big strawberry farm. And what that is, that's just going to be for decoration. I'm not actually going to harvest the strawberries out of it. Just adds like a flower bed in front of our area, you know, make it look pretty. Does it need to be done? No. And is it a waste of time for my gnomes right now? Probably. But, you know, we're playing casual, right? Casual. That's the name of the game. So we're going to forge some of this stuff here, so we'll take care of that. We're still waiting for them to forge this one, fortunately. But now they're tilling this strawberry patch, so let's just suspend that. It'll be there when we get back to it. What we're really running into is that we're trying to craft 64 cotton bandages, and that's just taking us a little while. And so we got our first crate over here of bandages. It's empty, but it'll be here for bandages when we're ready. We've got a table sitting here waiting for us. Some sticks sitting here waiting for us. So we'll be able to get those going hopefully here pretty soon. It looks like all our crates are going into here for our stone. So let's go ahead and cancel those crates here real quick. There we go. So now our next crate will come back up here and be placed. And they'll start hauling bandages and stuff like that across, which will be really good for us. We need those bandages kept up here, because I don't even know if anyone got injured in that last fight. I didn't see. We hope that no one got injured. That everyone's healthy and happy. No one died, so that's a good thing. Oh, you know, Zilpin still got an eye injury from the last fight we had. So maybe we get some... Well, obviously getting bandages isn't going to help her any, but let's see here. Professions. Since our rancher seems to be our go-to person, it's got a doctor on it, so maybe we can get that injury healed once we get our hospital up and working, which hopefully should be here in just a few minutes. We could probably get one side of it up and working now if we build some straw beds in it. Let's build 4 straw beds in this one here. And then once those are built, we'll be able to designate that as a hospital. 2, 3, 4. All right, there's all 8 beds for the hospital. We should be pretty good on wheat, really. This other crop will come in here pretty soon. We can harvest this crop. We got a bunch stockpiled. I mean, not a bunch, but we've got some stockpiled, so we should be pretty good on that. Taking 8 beds seems like a lot, but it's not going to hurt us. I don't think. Still waiting for our ambassador to show up. As soon as he does, we'll make another bed here for him. And we see, let's go ahead and... Our tailor's still trying to craft that, but I want to make some... I want to make 4 string. I just want to make sure there's some string hanging around here. And we're going to do kind of the same thing we did before. I want to craft 1, and then I want to craft 8, and then I want to have it craft to 64. So I want that to be our last. I mean, if there's nothing else to be crafted at the moment, I want that crafted. We're going to do the same thing here with our string. I'm going to move it up, craft 1. I'm not sure how many times we need just 1 string. You see a bag takes 1 string, a sack takes 2 strings. Sacks are used to carry multiple things, like a wheelbarrow. So you pick up multiple pine clippings and stuff like that. So we'll get a couple sacks lying around here, but the bags are what we really need for storing cotton fibers and stuff like that in. Increase our storage space of our stockpiles. And of course, then we need padding is for armor and stuff like that. You need armor padding. And then, of course, a mattress here pretty soon. We'll be working on that. As soon as we can get some alpacas, I'm hoping that'll be pretty soon. We can work on that. Now, both of everyone must be asleep. So this would be a great time for the goblins to attack our kingdom because everyone is gone. So we're really hoping that doesn't happen. But let's dig some ramp down here. Start working on some more terraforming while we get the opportunity. Our miners might be asleep or going to sleep here pretty soon. So, that happens. And so you can see him run around collecting some cotton and everything. Looks like it's time to go back to training here for 1 squad. There we go. Here go our miners getting ready to do that. Let's see. Do they get all our beds built here? Looks like we got most of them built, so we can designate our guard area here in the middle. And we're going to keep the doors in there. I like to keep the doorways designated in the same as whatever we're doing, because that the door adds value. So does that front wall. Will add value to any room. So as long as I keep that going, we're going to bump that priority up to like a priority 2. That probably means Zilpin will be coming up here and laying down in bed. Hopefully means somebody will come take care of her real quick, though, and get her... Yep, see, somebody's got a task to heal patient. Our brewer's going to come over here and heal her. So hopefully that'll take care of her eye injury. For some reason, I guess you just can't heal eye injuries yourself. Makes sense. They're a little difficult. You can't see yourself. But she's going to be the doctor for her and get that taken care of. The other thing we're going to need to make a farm out of, and we'll probably suspend for now, is we're going to need to make a cotton farm. Because we will need cotton for bandages and stuff like that. You don't want to use the expensive alpaca stuff for bandages. So we will need a cotton farm. Let's go ahead and suspend that for now, since I don't need that farm at the moment. And look, let's check Zilpin here. She's out of the hospital, up and running around, and she's in good health. So that's great. That means we don't need bandages for her anymore, or her eye won't be injured anymore. So any kind of penalties that might have been associated there before are gone. So that's just great to see. Sometimes having an injured gnome like that can really be a pain. So it's good to see that that's all taken care of. And we got another crate crafted here, so we're gonna build some more crates over here for our wood. There we go. That'll give us a lot of storage because we have a lot of logs lying around. I hate to see anything happen to them. Really hoping they don't have things like forest fires in here because that would be a problem. Don't remember anything like that, but I could see it being a mod or something like that. I'm really excited for some of that stuff to come through. The mods that I've seen are just like any modding community. They start out small. Some of them are really cool. They've got an automatic trading, and they've got several different, like adding one of them, Glassworks, which I looked at quite a bit, adds windows, which aren't in the game right now. So you can have like windows in our rooms and glass walls and things like that, which are really cool. So some of that stuff is pretty interesting. And I would like to play with those eventually. I just, he's still in beta stages of getting even the mods ready to go. So I hated to do something like that to start with, for a Let's Play, because we don't know quite how it's going to end up. And, one update could break the whole town we've got going here in the land of beer, and we really didn't want that. We got to keep our beer flowing. And so it looks like we got some beer over here, just waiting to be used. And we got a barrel. We got a barrel of milk. Looks like 2 barrels of milk. Oh, no, we got 1 empty barrel here. I don't know why they're not storing the beer away. Now we got a couple stockpiles over here. We got this one of wood logs. We can probably get rid of here pretty soon. We're going to have to rearrange a whole bunch of stuff when we start really getting into our base design. It's inefficient at the moment. But it works because I don't want to, I want to keep them over in this corner so I can expand our town over here and then slowly work my way around and clear this out. Like I said, I'm going to make a big farm down here, and I'm going to make our big blacksmith area over here, and probably some tree growths behind it as well. While this guy's working on getting our apple trees going here. Dabble at our woodcutters, getting some apple trees and stuff like that working, so. They're working on getting this thing all knocked out. A lot of terraforming involved in this hill. There's a lot of excess dirt generated. And there's actually a workbench called Prospector. I believe it's on the miscellaneous. Yeah, Prospector Shop. And so you can, with a chisel, that's the only thing we're short. We can go ahead and build one here. With a Prospector Shop, they'll take dirt and look through for like metal slivers. And once you get metal slivers, you can like combine 10 of those and have a copper bar or a bar of whatever metal it is, malachite, iron, anything like that. So it's basically just like getting free metal ore. You don't have to find ore veins or deposits. You can just sift through a whole bunch of dirt, especially from a giant terraforming project like this. There's going to be a lot of dirt generated. So you can just sift through that and find out what you need. So that's pretty cool. I like seeing that. We're also going to need to mine this little section out here underneath. So it's just going to be a bridge. We're just going to have a bridge into our base. And we're going to build some torches and stuff on that in a little bit here. And light it up. So at night, hopefully we can see goblins and things like that when they're coming. We're going to build a second floor to this as well sometime. Once we get our base defenses set up and everything more. That second floor will be for like archers and gunners and stuff like that. Usually they've got a longer eyesight so they can see further. So anybody coming in will be detected quicker. So that'll be pretty good for us. We can also dig. Yeah, we won't dig stairs down there right now. We got that second floor ready to go, but let's not rush too much into it yet. We need a wall torch on each end here. Light this area up. And build terrain wall. Build a dirt wall here and here. So they're still working on mining out that, doing some removal here. We got a whole bunch of dirt generated up here. Once these guys stop training, somebody goes on a training break here soon. They'll start collecting that dirt up and storing it away. That'll be good for us. Start building some more crates, I hope, and getting that going for us. Our farmers are still working on bandages and things like that. It's a long process. I could suspend it, and I probably shouldn't have made her craft 64 because that keeps her busy for a long time. But that's not something you want to be short on ever. And, you always want to have bandages lying around. So while it's keeping all of our farmers busy, and you see our other ones over here brewing, so we can't get this stuff cleared. Once we get some more nomads, maybe in the season or two, we'll really be able to start get these people dedicated jobs. We'll have a dedicated brewer, so we won't have to have that one person doing all that job. They'll be able to concentrate on what they're doing, and when they're not doing that, they'll be able to haul goods and things like that. So that'll come up eventually. It's just going to be a couple seasons before we get to that point. So we keep going here. Keep hearing that that fighting sound. Looks like all of her training partners are asleep, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, she's not getting anything happening, but we're also missing a bed, I think. That was my fault. I missed that one there. So somebody was... Oops. I don't need two beds for that guy. He can't sleep twice. Looks like Mech was missing a bed, so that was a pretty big deal. I completely spaced on that one. Need to get him that bed so he can sleep. I'm not sure where he's been just collapsing on the floor at. No, or she has been collapsing on the floor at. She's tired, so maybe all three of them were probably ready to go to bed. And there's a random lizard here. Hopefully it's not mutating into Godzilla eventually. That lizard would take out a whole goblin army. Oh, we got another one running around down here you can see. our scouts haven't picked her up yet, but it up yet. But we got another one down there. Hopefully it stays away, you know. We don't really need to see it anytime soon. So there's that wall. We can get a couple more torches built down here. I like the wall torches. I think they just, you know, they don't save any space. You still have to, you know, still uses that square, but I think it just looks cooler having the wall torch. You know, it give it a very dungeony feel versus the torch that just stands on the ground. You know, it looks more integrated into the surroundings, into the buildings and stuff like that. So it gives it a very dungeony feel. And apparently, you know, when you have no other choice, a hospital works to sleep in. Wouldn't have been my first choice, but, you know. Hey, what are you going to do? When you gotta sleep, you gotta sleep. There goes our woodcutter. I suspended this grove for now. It takes a long time for them to plant groves and take care of that. I wanted them to cut down these trees and work on some of these other projects. This grove isn't needed. It's just to get us some more apple wood, which we have plenty of logs lying around here right now. So we're good on as far as that's concerned. We got a couple other projects that need to be finished first, so I went ahead and suspended that. We're going to need to move this wall back out a little bit. Actually, I think we can leave that wall for now. Terrain and dig and ramp down. Like I said, this terraforming keeps our gnomes busy for a long time. We're going to want to terraform this back out more once we get this knocked down. Make it a bit of a longer entrance for them to get into our base. So that if our guys do spot them early, we have plenty of warning to get everybody, you know, awake or even back to their posts. You know? So we got several crates here built up, so they'll start stocking those full of logs and everything here pretty soon. But this dirt has been our #1 priority right now, so, which I'm okay with. Dirt golems seem to spawn more often than anything else when there's available dirt, so let's get that taken care of early. Like I said, it is free experience and free fighting experience, but the possibility of losing a gnome to a simple little dirt golem, you know, something that could have been avoided pretty easy, is kind of a downer for you. You don't want to learn that just a golem took out your really super awesome gnome, you know, with just one lucky hit. Uh-oh, food stocks are empty. That's not good. Alright, so let's take care of that problem here. We got a bunch of apples and oranges here we can forage. There we go. We'll start foraging all this stuff out. I need to get a kitchen made here pretty soon so I can start making some bread. Let's build a workshop. Let's build a kitchen. I need a chair and a knife. And I have a pine table. And we'll go a pine chair and a granite knife. Alright, so I have a table. I need a chair and a knife. So we're going to come over here and we're going to craft a pine chair. And we're going to need to... I thought I had a knife. Guess not. Alright, so we're going to make a knife here, which means a knife blade. Make a granite knife blade, and we're also going to need a hilt for that knife. Pine stick. There we go. So we'll be able to take this meat and turn it into sausages. We'll be able to take the grains from the farms here and turn it into bread. As soon as they start foraging here. I'm not sure what all our farmers are doing right now. We're going to suspend this tailor for now and suspend this loom. So they'll start foraging more because we need to get this meat. I think both of our farmers are asleep though. No. 2 of them are. Hopefully they wake up soon enough to get us some supplies. So that's the one thing you really, really have to watch out for in fall and winter is your food supplies. because you're going to need enough food supplies because food doesn't grow in the winter. You won't get apple trees to produce fruit or orange trees. Your wheat won't grow, any strawberry plants or anything like that. You have to really rely on what you have. So you really, really have to pay attention to what's going on. A large supply of wheat grain can make a lot of bread. So you can just keep supplies of wheat grain lying around. I mean, if you have a huge stockpile of that, you'll be pretty fine as long as you have a kitchen that can turn that into a usable product. Well, I didn't have a kitchen. Oh, there's an ambassador here. So let's go ahead and assign that room. And let's build him a bed now. Furniture, straw bed. And let's see, this room has worth of 390, which probably isn't going to be enough for him. Let's see. Oh, there's the ambassador. All right. The ambassador requires a bed. And it's probably going to require, I think they require around 450 to start with. So we're probably going to have to do some terrain work or something. We can replace the floor with some smooth tiles or something. Where is it? Smooth stone 4. Let's go ahead and put some smooth stone marble on here. Gets that room worth up a little bit. And they'll work on that. Let's say we start to, here we go, we're starting to forage our food. Good. That's good. I guess to keep making drinks, which will help us, but that food right now is what's really important. Alright, let's see what our room's getting up to. 452. So let's see what you need. Nothing at this time. Perfect. Now, how about this table over here? We need another table and we need a chair. Well, that's a big deal. Let's cancel this crate and this. We need one more table. Actually, we're going to need 2 tables. 1, 2, and we're going to need another chair. There we go. Alright. So that got us most of the crates we needed. So they'll start storing stuff in those crates here pretty soon when we load that up. But what we need to get is we need to get another table for our market over here. Our market stall. So we can get a merchant in here and start trading some supplies, get some more. Get rid of some of the excess stuff we have that we don't need. Get some other stuff in and out of here. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, they almost knocked that out. Let's go ahead and dig ramp down. One tiny little section they missed. So somebody will come out and take care of that real quick. Hopefully we won't run into anything. That would be unpleasant. It's becoming evening now. So one of the things, your gnomes can carry torches, and that creates a light source for them. So when you're working miners and stuff underground, it's a good idea to have like a mining uniform where they carry torches with them, because that way they've always got light with them. But I think it screws up the way of the gnome because they'll fight with the torches. They'll smack the crap out of people with torches. So you kind of have to balance, way of the gnome versus, having that little light source to carry with you. Later on, it'll probably be good for you, but right now, I don't want to mess with that. Also, I want to check my squads here real quick while I'm thinking about it. We'll make sure everybody's assigned to a squad. Yep, okay. And that other squad does not have a perk. Well, we don't need a basic formation because we have Way of the Gnome and we have Town Militia. All right, perfect. I just wanted to double check that. Make sure we get going on. We're going to knock out another level of this. Oh, we have a merchant here, but we don't have tables for him. Come on, a carpenter and our woodcutter person. One of them's asleep. The other one's working at it. She's crafting as fast as she can, I hope. We did get our kitchen table here, so we can start making some bread. We can start making some loaves of bread here. We're just going to craft that to 32, even though that's way more grain than we really have available at the moment. This stuff should start popping up here pretty soon. And so we should be getting a market stall here pretty soon. I think she's building our chair now. At least I hope she is. Yep, there it is. So as soon as we get somebody who realizes that that's available, they'll start building our market stall here. Not sure what else we've got in the build order. There we go. So you see light green, meaning somebody's getting ready to come out and do it. That way we can get that merchant going. That's a good thing. We needed it. Let's go ahead and wait for it to finish saving here real quick. Make sure we're going to forge all of this stuff out of here. There we go. I'm really hoping he's got some alpacas hidden in that little pack that that he got, you know. It's amazing to see the stuff he'll just like pop out with, you know. You can buy alpacas and wood and logs, and it's like, where do you keep all this stuff, man? Look at all that. Look at all that stuff he's got to trade. I don't know where he's hiding it all, but he's hiding it somewhere. So we got some emus, which aren't really what I was looking for at this time, but they will give us eggs, which we can use to make like omelets and stuff with. So they are kind of just a good food source for later on. So we'll go ahead and take them. I don't need any yaks. We're pretty good on them for a while. We could use some copper ore, but I'm going to hold off on that for just a little bit. You know, we're already going to have to come up with 1,000. I think we can do it because we got some raw sapphires sitting here. We've got 91 copper ore. I think we're good on that one. We'll probably go ahead and get rid of all this hide. We don't need it. We have a ton of strawberry seeds. We can get rid of probably like 375 of those things. Probably the same thing, 375 of those cotton seeds. Let's go ahead and get rid of like 150 of those. But look, we're already at our 1,000, so we're pretty good. Let's see what else we got here. And we got a lot of bone. Bones will be worth just a little bit for us. See if we've got anything else up here we need. Alright, we got some raw salt. I want that one. And our granite. I like having that extra raw stone. I like because it gives us a variety of things we can do. You know, we can use different colors and things like that. Let's go ahead and get rid of all these skulls. I'm going to get rid of this copper helmet and breastplate. We won't really use it. We'll jump right into steel eventually. Our monks are going to be training for a long time before they run into that kind of stuff, so we won't really need it. We have a bone needle here, which we don't need right now. We might later, though. So we're going to keep on to it. Look at that. We got 63 cotton bandages, so our cotton bandage, our farm worked there pretty good. We got some orange clippings. I don't know that we're ever going to use orange trees, but we have several trees we can use. We're gonna have to send some of this back. So let's send the serpentine back because we have a pretty good supply of serpentine. Let's send the sandstone back because we don't really need it. I do want the marble. I do want the granite. I do want the basalt. The bauxite is a nice red color. So let's send the lapis back for now. Alrighty. So we can come up with that. We can get rid of some more pine clippings right now. We can go ahead and get rid of another 100 pine clippings because we don't need them. We have a ton of pine logs, a ridiculous amount of pine logs. If we get rid of 400 pine logs, that gives us quite a bit. So we can bring that lapis back. That won't be a problem. Look at that lapis. Bring it back. Come on. There we go. Look at that. We still have 400 pine logs, and we're going to create a pine farm here before too long with our 50 pine clippings, which is that's a really good start. Plus, we have a lot more we can get clippings from. So that is not a problem. Not a problem at all. A couple wheat seeds would probably be pretty handy if we can get those. 1790. So we just kind of have to balance this out just a little bit. Let's go back up here. We got some orange wood logs. We got some apple wood logs. We'll just get rid of some apple wood logs here because we don't use them very much. We just need like 51 and 10. There we go. All right, 1790. So we're going to trade a whole bunch of stuff, of random just assortment of stuff here for some emus and some raw stone and some more wheat seeds so we can plant a bigger farm. So that'll help us. Our kingdom worth stayed about the same here. We're going to designate an area. We're going to designate a pasture here for now. I've been keeping everything kind of just stored down here. So we're going to do that for now until we can get a better place set up for these animals. So we're going to store some emus. One thing to know, the emus will eat seeds instead of straw. So they can last on different materials rather than your yaks and your alpacas. Because we've down to that little straw pile there. But our other farm up here is starting to come in, so that'll do pretty well for us. And we're still collecting food, and we got somebody making bread and stuff like that when they get around to it. So we'll have some eggs being popped out here pretty soon. So we'll be pretty good all around, I think. Our guy's still training here. We can go ahead and dig a ramp down. And do that side. There we go. Eventually we're going to knock this out too. I just want a nice little flat entryway here. And let's do a terrain replace floor while we're at it too. I want to get rid of this clay that's right on top here. Should have a goblin attack coming here pretty soon, so that's really what I'm worried about, is running into some goblins while I'm out here. It'd be unfortunate. One thing we're going to want to build here. Well, we'll save it for next episode. We ran a little long here. One thing we're going to build the next time, we're going to build an alarm bell so we can have that and start our metal industry. So, sorry we ran a little long, guys, but we'll see you next episode, and keep going here and building the land of beer.